Good evening, everybody. I'll call this meeting of the Neighborhood Commission to order. Thank you for attending. First off, we'll have our roll call.
All right. I'm going to do the roll call now. Bernal.
Here.
Clark. DeCavedo.
Here.
Hanohano.
Here.
Knight.
Here.
Logue.
Here.
Nakamoto. Smith.
Here.
Veray.
Here.
All right. It is 7 and quorum.
Thank you very much. So I will tell you that Mahia reached out to me earlier, and she'll have to leave the meeting she's actually, I think, chairing another meeting. So thank you, Mahia, for attending the first part. So we can move on to our approval of minutes. If hopefully everyone had a chance to peruse the November 24th meeting. Are there any, does anyone wish to offer any corrections or amendments or additions? Seeing and hearing none, they will be adopted as
Chair.
Oh, Kevin, go ahead.
Chair, thank you for being recognized. I call attention, please, to item 3, public concerns of the November written record. Sentence 2 is missing a key clause and should be amended lest it will violate the revised ordinance of Honolulu, subtitle 2, chapter 11, section 307, subsection A, by failing to
I'm
give
sorry,
a true
can
reflection
I
of
be
these.
back up? Exactly, where are you? I'm sorry,
Chair,
just so we all
thank you.
get on the same page first.
Thank you. This will be section 3, public concerns. I believe there were two questions posed, and in the phrasing of the second question, there's a key phrase that's missing from the second sentence. The sentence begins, he noted that the only thing requiring board approval is, and commissioners, it's key that you amend it as follows, to read as following. He noted that NCO had conveyed that the only things, plural, requiring board approval are ARE. This will do two things. It'll correct the grammar, and number two, make sure it's clear that I was not the one that was stating that these were the things required, but it was NCO that had conveyed that these were the only things required, and this is key. I ask that you humbly adopt this requested amendment. Thank you.
Dylan, did you get that?
I think I know what he's talking about. I will assume it's just clarifying that Kevin was not the one that made the statement and we did, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And that's
So-
CC'd you and the Dillons by email, Chair.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, let me ask, are there any objections to Kevin's amendment to the minutes? Hearing none, okay, we will accept those. With that amendment, are there any other additions or corrections? Hearing none, the minutes will be adopted as amended. Thank you. And Kevin, if you would follow up that with an email, we'd appreciate it, just so we get the language. Thank you. Next up on our agenda is public concerns. Does anyone here wish to offer a public concern? Yes, Linda Wong, please go ahead. Okay, you're muted. You're still muted. I'm sorry, we can't hear you. We can't. Sorry, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't unmute.
Yeah, it's not on our end. Do you want to try it?
Well,
Okay.
I checked the can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now we
Oh,
can hear you.
good.
Okay,
Thank
go
you
ahead.
very much. Yes. May I proceed, Chair?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me, Chair?
Yes.
Hello,
Can you hear us?
Chair? Can the chair hear me?
Yes.
Can anyone hear me?
Linda, we can hear you.
I can't
Yes.
hear you, Amy.
Oh,
Angie. Here, wait.
We can't hear
Okay, now can you hear me now?
yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm very sorry. I'm familiar with this format. WebEx doesn't seem to be made for Macintosh Apple products. Okay, so may I start now? Chair?
Yes.
Okay, I can see you way back there with a thumb, I think. I'm here to testify about the brochure that I recently picked up at the Diamond Head Neighborhood Board. It doesn't even call us neighborhood boards, it calls us neighborhood meetings. And I was not aware of any change of nomenclature for the neighborhood boards that have been in session and duly elected since Mayor Fossey was in. And that's quite some time. It have reflected, talked about us as neighborhood meetings. Gave the wrong meeting place for Diamond Head Neighborhood Board and the wrong meeting place for the Kahala Neighborhood Board. And it continued to say that we go to plantings and cleanups and this and that little excursions everywhere. When the truth is that more often than not, we affect legislation. We are elected officials. And to call us neighborhood meetings where people gather and go to plantings and plant warmings, and I don't have a copy with me. I gave it to someone else to look at, but it was so demoralizing. And so why all those changes? Who put it out? Who proofread it? It also had something about the city council chairman, chair, Tommy Waters. So I don't know if he was involved with the putting out the brochure or not, but it was the nomenclature was just a put down. It was just, please go to your neighborhood and pick up the rubbish when you walk along the street and da da da. We testify on laws and legislation. Many of us have seen laws all the way through and have been on the boards for a long time and try to get other people trained before we stop going to the neighborhood boards. And all this is free. There's not one penny that's paid to us. It's all a heart thing for our Aina and our land and, Hawaii name. So I was, to be honest, I was angry to have it was a put down to me and to anybody else that I had see it. I would like to see it corrected. I would like to see a committee get together and look at it and go over it again. I'd like to know who pinned it. They certainly don't like the neighborhood boards. It was demeaning. It was demeaning.
Thank you.
So it didn't mention anything about legislation, things we do that are good, other than go to your friendly, dog catchers meeting or something. It had a lot about, it didn't mention, I think it might have mentioned a lot of planting and cleanups.
I'd like to tell her to summarize.
Okay, pardon? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. Thank you. I hope you
good.
can hear
Thank
me
you.
too.
I'm sorry, we didn't know if you could hear. Well, I think the NCO folks in here are going to look at it, and maybe they can report back to us next month if they look at it and see if it's up to date, see if there are any changes that need to be made. We'll take your comments into account and report back. So thank you.
Excuse me, may I say that having the same people look at it that wrote it in the beginning probably isn't going to be very fair or affect very much change.
Well, I'll distribute it to the commissioners so that so we can all work too. I haven't actually looked at it. I'm sorry to say, so that we can all have eyes on it. If you would like to write that up,
yes,
like
I
all
would.
the points that you had, and send that to us, and send it. You can send to the testimony address. Okay. It's like testimony at NCO. Honolulu.gov, I guess.
Yeah, NCO at Honolulu.gov.
Okay, NCO Honolulu.gov. Yeah, send it the testimony there, And so we can all look and like I said, I'll have the commissioners review it and the NCO,
Okay.
and we'll come back and discuss that next month.
Okay, so then I could come to the next NUSA meeting also.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay,
Please
because
do.
I'm really, I've been around for a long time and I've never seen, it was actually demoralizing.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at it. Thank you very much. Larry?
All right.
Yeah, Chair. Hi, Linda. Larry Ray here, the Vice Chair.
Thank you. Aloha, mahalo.
Sent me an email because she was concerned about it too.
Y'all good.
And it caught me off guard because I remember seeing this before. And I said, boy, I really like this brochure, but I'd like to tailor it to the Pearl City Neighborhood Board. But when I went back and reviewed it, I understand where there's a misunderstanding because in the beginning it talks about neighborhood meetings.
Yeah.
But if you read down to the next paragraph, it clearly says 33 neighborhood boards.
Right.
So I think there's a misunderstanding the way it was presented. But
Yeah.
I thought it's a generalized document. You know, it's not tailored to a specific board, but it had some good details in there that I think we can look at. Over to you, Chair.
Okay, well, like I said, we'll look at it. We'll have the NCO who obviously produced it, I assume, and it can go out to the commissioners and we'll take a look at it and see what we have a response by next month.
I would like to see somebody rewrite it, especially correct the errors. What about the people that go to the wrong place for a meeting?
So what we're doing, if you would, if you have specific, like
Yeah.
you mentioned specifics,
Errors.
please send that to us, and that's something that we will look at.
And
So we
when
have
did our name change to neighborhood meetings instead of wards? We're doing elected
Yeah, the
boards.
names haven't changed. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it, so
Please
it's
do.
misleading, I suppose, as I've been told. And so we're looking at it. Thank you.
Put down.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry we have to
Thank you
move
for
on.
listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I'll be back.
Thank you. Okay. Any other public concerns? Okay, seeing none,
Chair,
we can move on.
Chair? I don't know if you
Oh,
can.
great, go ahead. I'm
Just
sorry.
a very quick question. No additional concern. Just a quick question. You answered half of it. So I know that this is coming out of the NCO. Is this brochure available currently online where anyone could review it, or is it just internal that it gets published and then left on the desks, you know, at the tables of the meetings?
No, it's not online.
It's apparently it's in the lobby. I don't know the answer to that, but
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
It was on our literature table for everybody.
Yeah, so it must be distributed, but apparently we can get a software copy we can put in. Okay, so we're going to have it.
Rather
We're
just
going to
not
post
put
it
out
in
anymore.
our Google Drive.
Thank you.
So I
That
mean,
was
certainly that would be where that way the commissioners can take a look at it too,
Yeah.
and the public too.
Please cease giving it to the public because it has errors that'll take them to the wrong places for the neighborhood board meetings.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
okay, we take that under advisement. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Chair
Are there any
Smith.
other? Thank you. Are there any other public concerns?
Chair Smith, I would like to speak very briefly on that issue.
That must be clear.
That's
I'm
Michelle.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you very
Thank you.
much. Yes.
Thank you. I'd just like to speak on this. I saw the brochure and I did a complete analysis of it. My first question is, what is the source of this brochure and who wrote it? Did a NCO staff person write it? Did the executive secretary write it? It seems very commonplace that this would happen, especially a big pile landing on our materials, board meeting materials desk, open for public collection without any board review or approval. This is shocking, and it is extremely defective.
Mhm.
I think the neighborhood commission executive secretary needs to be responsible for this, and our boards need to look at it and draw their own conclusions and make their own suggestions for their own work, not somebody else's work. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we will definitely review it. I don't have a lot of the answers to your question as to who drafted and so whatever, but at this point, we're
Well,
gonna
we
say
need
we're
to
gonna-
find out. Thank you.
so we're gonna review it. Do you want to?
Yeah, we're just not gonna distribute it.
Okay, so she's distributing it.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
we can make corrections because it seems like a good thing.
Thank you.
But okay,
If the
so
boards are so problematic about it, then
all right. Well, we're going to see. So at this point, it does seem that the NCO says we will just won't distribute it until we get a better product. Or
Thank you.
calculus.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any?
Mahalo.
Thank you. Are there any other public concerns that anyone wishes to express at this time? Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Chair, thank you. Two things. Briefly, you may deem one better suited for the next section, but first, I'm wondering if there was any follow-up on that list of outstanding and unanswered requests for information and requests for review sent to the commission since 2022 and earlier. I know you had been working on that. Didn't know if you had a timeline on when that might come to the forefront, or if the commission has already reviewed and discussed some of those. Secondly, I'm wondering if you have any information if the commission has discussed complaint 2025-12. I've got no communication about such. This was filed when I was in Africa last year in September, so it's been a while. Thank you.
Okay, if I could take the second part, I don't really know the status of that. So let me look into that and maybe I'll provide an update to you. As far as your other complaints, I actually did have all the material. I forgot to put it on the agenda. I apologize due to the holiday last week. I didn't get in my agenda in time. And so, in fact, I didn't send it in because I knew I missed the date. And I apologize. So I do have all those. You know, as I told you, I went down the list. If you want me to do that at the meeting, we can hold off till next month. If you want to just get the two of us together, but if you want the commission's take on it, it'd be better at the meeting. So we can do that next month.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry for the delay. That was my mistake for missing that on the agenda. So I do have that for you, though. Thank you. With that said, are there any other public concerns? Hearing none, we will move on. Thank you, everybody, to our first order of business. I'm sorry, we have the executive secretary's report.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Just a general update regarding our monthly meetings. I know because both of you attend the meetings sometimes, but I have a monthly meeting with the chairs and vice chairs and just go over some of the things that we're doing at the office, but also reminding of the chairs of things that they need to do, but also be able to be available to them if they have any questions. Nothing special to bring up, but just reminding you that this happens. So if there's anything that you need to, the commission feels needs to get to the chairs, I do meet with them monthly. Second item was the 311 app, and we have been distributing that information to all the boards. And I just want to remind everyone that, you know, please use the 311 app. A lot of times, I think it's a great thing because an individual can actually ask a question directly to the city regarding a pothole, stop sign, whatever it is. And they will get back to you. And I am assuming, I'm hopeful they will get back to you faster than a board meeting. Because every time, you know, one of the frustrating things for us was always been a question comes in and we have to wait 30 days for the next meeting to go back. But this way, I think your answers, hopefully your answers will be a response will be faster. So just reminding everyone, please use the 311 app. If you got a question or you got an issue you want to bring up with the city, just use that. And I think we'll be, you know, we're at the beginning stages of it. Hopefully it'll develop into something that everybody will use automatically. I think that'll be great.
Cameron,
All right, if you're already ready.
yeah, yeah, regard to 311 now. I can tell you that it's working very well
Well, good.
because residents that bring the complaints to me, they come back and they said that they have used the 311 app and they got results right away. It's usually parking.
I mean, again, it's not for every situation, but many of the situations just use that. And I like the fact that they get back to you faster than we could.
They are doing a lot better.
Just one last thing, I just want to remind, and this is for the commission members, that your annual financial disclosure forms are due. So if you have not done it, please do it. It's just an annual thing that everybody has to do.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the public for the executive secretary? Are there any?
Actually, I
any
have
questions?
one.
Excuse
Go ahead.
me.
Go ahead, Greg.
I have a question.
Hold on. Lynn, Greg,
Okay.
go ahead, please.
I'm sorry.
Okay, either way, I'll just go quickly. And I apologize if my hand was up earlier. It's on when I'm on the browser versus having it on my computer. I'm on a different computer. It doesn't show the hand sign on my image there. So I got to be
Okay,
careful of that.
that's no
going
problem.
forward.
Go ahead.
Okay, so just apologizing on behalf of that earlier. So this is just to the commission and to the executive secretary regarding the monthly meetings with the chairs and vice chairs. I do know I had seen something in the neighborhood plan regarding, I believe it's maybe an annual or twice a year meeting of the chairs and vice chairs, but I don't recall seeing something where there was a monthly meeting scheduled. And the monthly thing is new to me. I've heard executive secretary mention that previously. So I'm just wondering if that's a thing and if that's allowed by the plan, or when did that start and why did it start? If you could answer that, thank you.
It started because I wanted to communicate with the chairs on a regular basis. The plan says an annual chairs meeting, but I thought an annual thing is, there's too much information that needs to go back and forth, especially when people have questions about OIP or plan or sunshine law. Anyway, the point is that it's just a meeting between me and the chairs and the vice chairs. It is something I wanted to do because I wanted to communicate with them.
Okay, would that fall under anything to do with the sunshine law since it's outside
No.
of the neighborhood plan
No.
as far as what the neighborhood plan calls for?
No, it's not outside the sunshine law. The sunshine law does not impact it because that meeting is not with a formal entity. The chairs are not a group meeting, it's a group on its own. So it's like if I sat with you in my office and I sat with another person from another board, it's the same thing. It's just a meeting. I'm having a discussion with the chairs and the vice chairs, but it's not a formal meeting because the chairs do not exist as a formal organization.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Well, there are only 2 folks from each board, a maximum of 2, so it is allowed. And plus, I don't think they probably talk about board business. They talk about more of the mechanics, and, organizational issues. And then I would address the plan. I think that is a minimum, sets a minimum. It's certainly, I don't think, as a fixed amount that you can only meet once. But anyway, thank you. Are there any other questions for the executive secretary from anybody? Oh, Linda, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is a different interface than I'm used to, so I don't quite know where everything is. I was wondering where the executive secretary is. I can't see him here on the sign-in or where everybody's listed as the attendees of the meeting.
Yeah, he's there. It's hard to see because we're, just kind of back. He's on the right side.
Yeah, it's a white.
He's at the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Oh.
the third back on the left, Linda.
Oh, I only see 2 on the left.
He's right next to Dylan.
Oh, really?
I'm waving.
I see a hand. I see a hand, but that's all I see is one hand.
Okay.
Because I was looking, like maybe you had called in or something. Okay, that was my question. I was wondering, are you guys supposed to have quorum here, or how many is quorum?
We have 9 members of the commission, so 5 members represent a quorum. We have 7 right now. So yes, we have a quorum.
We just can't see them like the executive secretary on the IC, and we can't see the whole board.
Well, some of our commission members are online. They are supposed to have their views set on, which I see Angie and Mahea.
I don't.
They're both online. So So everyone should be viewable. Of course, the people in the audience right here, it's difficult to see each of us separately just because of the nature of the camera and that
I,
sort of thing.
I get the audience, but I only see two at the head of the table and one on the left. So that's 3 people.
No, we have 4 commissioners here. And then we have the executive secretary and then 2 of the neighborhood, or two folks with the NCO.
So you mean 4 commissioners, including the ones that I can see a picture over here, not a picture, but their name on.
We have 4 commissioners right
Huh?
here. We have the
On-
executive secretary and then 2 NCO folks. And then we have 3 commissioners online. I can
Oh,
only see right now. I mean, we in our screen, we can only see visually too.
so Kevin Lyle or Nahea or somebody is online. Is it-
You know, actually, Linda, I have to say, we can talk about this outside
Okay.
of the meeting. This is really
All
not
right.
appropriate kind of thing
Okay,
to keep.
I would like to request you guys to focus the camera though, where you can see everybody that's at the table.
Okay, well, it's difficult. We have the technology we do, and that's basically all we can do. I mean, I'm sorry, it's fixed. It's fixed, Larry said, and you know, I'm sorry. We just do the best we can.
So you can't capture the whole table.
No, we don't have the capacity to like zoom in every speaker.
Of
Sorry.
moving the camera.
Right.
Is this facilitated by Olelo also? No.
It is available as a recording on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So I don't
Oh.
know if it's on Alelo. Okay, I've been told it's not on Alelo, but it is on YouTube.
So who does the
Yeah.
recording?
I mean, I will say, excuse me, if you just have a series of kind of administrative questions, why don't we take those up outside the meeting? If you have a policy question as to like the operation of the board or anything to do with that type of thing, please ask that. But the administrative says you can call the NCO and they can talk you through it.
I'd like to address that to the public because it's the public they can't see.
Okay. Well,
I don't think I'm out of
I'm
order.
sorry. You know, this is the equipment that we have, and we do the best we can. So, all right. Where was it?
Chair Smith, could we get back to the point here about the arbitrary calling of meetings between chairs and vice chairs of the boards? It seems like this has been an internal imposed policy. Is it in the neighborhood plan? Why would such meetings be called arbitrarily without any record of the discussion or the results of the meeting? And why would it be only 2 members from a board that are allowed to attend? This seems very selective. And I have the utmost respect for chairs and vice chairs. They do a lot of work with the members of the boards. But we don't get any reports back. We don't know what's going on. Why is an individual arbitrarily calling these meetings just for discussion between a few people?
Well, I wouldn't say that these are arbitrary. These are called for to assist and to get information out to the chairs and vice chairs. This does not, you know, they don't, as to the best of my knowledge, I haven't been to all of them. They don't talk about any substantive issues. It's mostly procedures, and ideas about how to improve the boards themselves. That
Well,
type
there
of thing.
certainly should be outcomes, and the boards should be apprised of these discussions and outcomes, whether there were decisions made or not. It could lead to other very valuable ideas to be brought before the neighborhood plan committee. The neighborhood plan is the guiding document, not somebody making arbitrary decisions about who should be together or not?
Well, I believe Larry Bray, our chair of our neighborhood plan committee, attends many of those meetings. So if there are ideas, they'll certainly be there to identify those. And if people, okay, yeah.
Hi, Michelle. Larry here. Hey, just
Hi,
let
Larry.
you know, I attend the executive secretary's monthly meetings because I'm interested to hear with other boards what kind of questions they have. They have been very productive with the people that do sign in. And one of the things that the executive secretary has done to make sure that the chairs that could not make the meeting, which are quite a few because everybody's got business going on usually on Monday evenings, he does a wrap up and he sends it out to everybody. What I do is when I get it, I look at this stuff and I said, this is pretty good because it's refresher information and I get it out. I send it out to all my board members. So that way they can see there's nothing secret about it. It's good information to keep everybody updated. When I look at it, it's his prerogative and of course, in a management position, you want to have good communications. So I can tell you that it's been valuable to, especially the ones that continue to keep coming back every month on that Monday.
Well, Larry, thank you so much. That is very enlightening. And it would be very good if a policy could be made by perhaps the neighborhood plan committee that the results that you are receiving are and sharing with your own board, which is the right thing to do, should be handled in the same way for all other boards. You have set a prime example.
Ask your chair. Your chair gets it.
He attends the meetings.
Your chair gets it, and he didn't come to the last meeting, I don't think, but previously he has. But I send it out to everybody anyway.
And that's the good thing is because the chairs that couldn't make it, executive secretary made sure that all the chairs gets a chance to observe what was talked about in the meeting. But I tell you, it's
Great.
from a commission standpoint, it's good for us because,
Yeah.
and especially for the neighborhood plan. And Michelle, I wrote down these issues here. We'll take a look at that as a possible addition into the plan for policy.
Well, I think just the fact that all board members should receive the same information just for as a summary, as a review, in case the boards come up with any additional ideas, constructive thoughts to share with you as the neighborhood plan committee chair, and just keep an open forum and not a closed meeting where nobody gets any inkling of the results or the discussion.
I think the intent is that the chairs would distribute and discuss any important enlightening information to their boards. And so, yeah, I would ask as Lloyd suggested, I'd ask your chair, like, what do you do? What sort of tips did you get? And that sort of thing, if you'd like to know. And I would tell you, I think the commission, I haven't asked everybody, but I think the commission applauds the executive secretary for doing this. I mean, this is a great thing. So.
And Larry, as chair of the Pearl City Board, receives the summary and is able to review it and share it with his board members. So why can't that be a policy?
Why does your chair not share it with you?
We didn't even know there was a summary until Larry mentioned it.
So your chair never mentioned it to you, that he attends his meetings?
Well, you get some mail, so that's
Right, he gets emailed everything. Like
Okay. Well, why don't we? What I would suggest, Michelle, is to follow up with your chair and ask him, him or her. I think it's him. What the status is of those meetings, and if he would share the information that comes out of them.
All we need is a copy.
Yes.
All we need is a copy of the summary that Larry receives. That would take care of it.
Well, we'll take that under advisement. So thank you very much. Are there, I see Kevin Lai. Kevin, go ahead, please.
Chair, thank you. Gosh, this makes me feel very old, but I appreciate the questions that were just raised by Ms. Matson, because I hope some of the commissioners may have a recollection that, yeah, in 2023, we talked about this very thing. And at the time, Executive Secretary did pledge to collate this information that wasn't being immediately available to all non-chair and non-vice chair members of the boards during these conferences of chairs. And I appreciated that. I feel like I failed in not following up to make sure that that was going to be distributed to all the members of all of the neighborhood boards, so that, you know, it would just be a simple email blast. Perhaps if we already are paying for that service, maybe it's okay to do.
Cancel meetings.
I hope that is something that could be easily done, and that in, you know, waiting for someone else to relay a document, you know, that it doesn't get, you know, modified or truncated or anything like that. But the idea is to share the information. This came up back when there were important meetings of information about policies, some post-COVID issues, and some OIP regulations that were being discussed at these types of meetings, which are very core and very important for all members of neighborhood boards to be aware of. And again, points to the need of having a data repository of these types of documents that can serve as a basis for knowledge for current and new and oncoming board members. Thank you.
Thank you. Point well taken. Are there any other, does anyone wish to ask any other questions of the Executive Secretary? For his
Yes,
report?
yes, I've had my hand up.
Go
I
ahead,
found it.
Linda.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate Larry and Kevin's commentary. You don't know where your solutions are going to come from. Sometimes they come from the place that you really don't expect them, and they're the best, you know. And then the regular board members can see what it's like to be the chair or the vice chair. The whole thing would be more open and more workable. And I think you'd get a bigger a repository, and everything would be open. I see it as a win-win. So I appreciate you letting me say that.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for or comments to the Executive Secretary? Hearing none, thank you very much. We're going to move on to our, were there any other here? Any questions?
I think maybe if there are any over there.
Over there. We're currently asking about questions for the Executive Secretary. Okay, hearing none. Usually ask a question, we'll move back. So we're going to move on to our board business. Our new business is a discussion of a request to temporarily change sub-districts 1, 7, and 8 from at-large to, from the actual sub-districts to at-large for the remainder of this term. And this was regarding Hawaii Kai Neighborhood Board number 1. Is there anybody from Hawaii Kai's board here that wishes to speak to this? Okay.
And we did let the chair know that this was going to be on the agenda.
Okay. It's amazing. They have 11 sub-districts. When I looked at them, it's kind of, I know you can't see it online, but it's in all the records. So they're just having trouble. Does anyone online wish to speak for or against this proposal or request, I should say?
Yeah, I have one comment to make. This is exactly the right thing the chair should do in the boards. When they're running into problems, they can't fill those positions. This is a good fallback. And the thing is, no one should feel slighted in some of these sub-districts, because all of us, we took the oath. We're not stovepiped to one particular area. We're working everybody's community problems. So across the board, this should not be an issue. I definitely support it.
Thank you. Does anyone else on the commission wish to speak to this? Anybody in the public? Hearing none. So for commissioners, are there any objections to accepting this proposal and granting the request of board number 1? Hearing none, we will, I'm sorry. Okay. Hearing none, we will accept this. We will accept their request and make it at large the rest of the term. Thank you very much. So next up, we have committee reports. We have our chair of the Neighborhood Plan Committee, Larry Bray.
Okay, well, good evening, everybody. Again, Larry Bray here. Our last Neighborhood Plan Committee meeting was Monday, January 12th. And of course, we had to make some changes. Usually we like to do it the third week Monday. for the months of January and February. We got holidays, so we had to work around those. But probably the one input that we did get, we got a resolution from the Moilili Neighborhood Board. They provided a really good suggestion. Of course, these are things we have been talking about trying to streamline things, save costs for the NCO. But their suggestion was to use the email to be able to notify the individuals or board members that have missed multiple meetings instead of using just first class and registered mail. That will save cost. And actually, email is more effective because, as Greg Basakian had pointed out in previous discussions, that if people are on travel, they're not going to get that first class mail in time and they can't respond in time. And email, usually, no matter where you go, everybody's checking it. So we have it that I will hold when we get to that section 2-14-106 in the neighborhood plan where we review. The other thing was I'm going to be sending out, I'm going to have the NCO send it out for me. It's going to be an email to all the neighborhood board chairs for them to work with their boards and review their boundaries. If they have any recommended changes that they want to do, they need to work with the adjacent board that is the adjacent board area boundary that's going to affect. So the two boards get together, they decide, yes, it's a good idea to make this change. The two go together and you do a joint resolution, and that goes to the neighborhood commission for review. And I've established a deadline for that of April 27, 2026. It gives you at least 2 or 3 board meetings to work your collaboration, your resolutions. Right now, I think I've got about 3 of them that are 3 boards that are interested, but it's just not a done deal. Just because you ask for it doesn't mean you're going to get it, because there's other things that have to be analyzed on what that impact is going to be. And then chapter 18, the complaint process, we're almost done with it. We got one more minor thing to take care of that Chair Smith is actually working for the judicial on the plan portion of it. And then we started chapter 13, powers, duties, and functions of neighborhood boards. I couldn't attend the first meeting on that, and Chair Smith backed me up. But sections 213-101 for purpose discussed. There was no changes. 213-104 was general powers and duties. It was discussed. There was no changes. And then the next meeting that we had, this was the one on January 12th. Kevin Lai and Greg Basakian, they had some inputs, and also with Tom. Those are under review right now. I'll be bringing those back up again and determine whether we go forward with them. Yeah, but we talked about political activity, standards of conduct, community forum that the boards will host, and we'll be seeing those happen here in the next few months. And the next meeting we'll get into is the time permits. We talked about representative capacity of board members, membership, and concurrent holding of elected public office prohibition. So our next neighborhood plan meeting will be Monday, February 9th, again, avoiding the holidays. Any questions from anybody? And I want to thank you all that have been participating, because this is the time that if there's something that you didn't like about the neighborhood plan, we got a chance to take a look at it and do what's right. And Linda, you have a question? We can't hear you, Linda. We still can't hear you, Linda.
Linda,
We
it's
can't
not
hear you,
them.
Linda.
They can't unmute you. They can only mute. They
Yeah,
can't unmute.
She's having a problem. She didn't get that button connected to talk. So can you text her and just tell her that we can't hear her and we need to move on? All right, Linda, I'm sorry. We have to move on. We can't hear you. Okay, Chair, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so is there any other business in front of the commission? Here? Yeah, Tom.
There.
Okay, Tom Heinrich. Just to add to this, and you're done with the report there, so kind of in the way of an announcement, if you will. I just came from the Charter Commission meeting, and one of the things that one of the members brought up was, and this is in relation to issues pertaining to quorum. And as we're all familiar, quorum for us is a majority of all seats to which that board or commission is entitled. Anyway, the Charter Commission has advanced a proposal for further consideration as to possibly lowering, basically to Robert's rules, normal counting of the quorum, if you will, but also reference was made to Senate Bill 2397, which I haven't looked at yet, just came from the meeting. But Senate Bill 2397 was just introduced by Senator Carol Fukunaga on this same topic at the state level. Okay, so it's something that I'll take a look at, but may come into some of our other conversations back to the neighborhood plan, depending on what happens. Okay, so just wanted to point that out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I because of the agenda didn't come in, I do propose that the commission next month look at all the neighborhood related charter commission amendments or proposals. So we're going to review each of those. Thank you.
Thanks, Chair.
I'm sorry, did you have something?
I
Yeah, can you come up here and
do a public comment. I don't know if that's.
that since we run the meeting a little loose, but if you'd like to come up here, state your name and
Hello, my name is Jennifer Hirano. I'm in the Apipua in the Mogu of Eva. I am a unhoused constituent, and I wanted to address the neighborhoods in regards to sweeps and just to urge that we try something new. And here's what I'm proposing. It's really radical. Separate the people from the Opala. And that means that when you see Opala building up, like near the new rail system, you don't think in your mind, oh, we need to set a sweep and spend all the neighborhood money on sweeping all that trash out of that area. We actually put a dumpster there that says for use of unhoused residents only, and they can dump their trash in there instead of having a sweep in which everybody is displaced and basically you're a dustpan, people move down the street. People obviously live in places all around the island, and I don't know if people are in denial of that, is government in denial of it, or they feel like they're cleaning up the streets by doing these sweeps. But it's really traumatic for us that have to go through it. And so what we really need is the basic human right of garbage pickup. Because if any of you have gone camping for the weekend, you understand that you will have a garbage bag of trash. And that either you pack it home where you can put it in your home garbage can. But if people are unhoused, then they don't have that stuff. And so then they build that stuff up. It fills the area. Like right now in Pearl City, where I live, they are collecting it in shopping carts. And I know that people are looking at that stuff and going, oh, who's going to deal with that? Oh, those homeless people are so dirty, like, but what they would be a lot less dirty if they had garbage collection, right? But I know that the house people are going to take advantage of that and dump their mattresses and stuff. So if you actually separate, do something radical, like say, this is for unhoused residents only, like you actually recognize that unhoused residents exist, one, and then you recognize the need for garbage collection. That's the first step. I have other, propositions towards water, universal water, things like that. But let's start with just, what we see, garbage collection, and separate people from garbage.
thank you.
Thank you.
Did you want to comment, Larry?
Just so happens I'm the chair for the neighborhood board and I own Pearl City.
I know I've written a letter to you before, but I didn't get a response.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I've written
but
a letter to
I
you.
have your issue for action.
Yeah,
Yes, I've
just
written a letter
in
to you
general.
personally.
Oh, sorry. In general, this commission is more about management.
Oh, okay.
than the board, but that's fine. And hopefully you can get a good response.
But
I
it is
just
a
wanted it to be
Okay.
like, how can I address all of the neighborhoods?
Right.
I think I've seen this kind.
Okay.
I don't know which one to go to.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Chair, aloha, Chair. I have my hand
Just
up.
one moment, please. Go ahead,
Okay.
please.
Sorry.
And state your name. Have a seat.
Aloha, Angela Melody Young. I'm from the community of Neighborhood Ward 15. And I am a Republican chair, District 30. Wait, I'm a Republican Party chair for the District 30.
I'm not sure where you're going with this, but we
Yeah. Oh,
usually-
are we supposed to say our titles first or no? Or like what?
well, the politics, not really.
Oh,
You
because
can
Neighborhood
say if
Board
you're a
isn't-
candidate for something, but that this really isn't the appropriate spot.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
we try to
it
keep
doesn't matter.
politics.
Oh, yeah, because
Okay.
city council is not partisan. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to clarify what I represent. So if this is a nonpartisan branch, then I'll just focus on broad issues, I think, concerning neighborhood board. And I think neighborhood board is a place where people come with a big dream and, you know, ideologies. Some people have issues and concerns. They want to be heard, whether it's in homelessness or students that have proposals. From our neighborhood board, I've heard a bunch of things, right? Ideas about public safety, emergency management procedures. And then, you know, we, as the organizers empowered by the neighborhood board, try to make something happen. But more often than not, we, at least from my board experience, don't get to see a lot of like plans come to life or like resolutions being born. And so I think I'm not going to go into a lot of the drama that I've witnessed on Neighborhood Board 15 because I am courteous and this is a public platform. And I've seen the drama that have then gone from the neighborhood board onto the mayor's town halls, right? I'm not going to go into that either because I'm very courteous, but we can talk offline. I think my proposal now, as you're going over the neighborhood board plan, is perhaps there can be more focus from the executive level to help these boards hear concerns, right? Form the committees, whether it's homelessness, public safety, education, health and human services, and then work in the committees, focus on those topics for resolutions, and get those resolutions to the city council or the state. Because that's where a lot of the opportunity to help people who are from the like disadvantaged circumstances and like marginalized low-income communities. Like a lot of these concerns, if it doesn't have an opportunity for a resolution or a proposal, then like the people who are represented, they don't get heard. Right?
I'm sorry. Can you have to?
Yeah, and you should really
summarize.
consider that there are 3 tiers of government being represented. There's city council, the county, the state, and the federal. So to take advantage of like every single moment on neighborhood board should be a top priority. So I'm just asking if you could consider. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, unfortunately, I think we went we're kind of doing public concerns again. It really wasn't the intention, but Angie, do you have something you want to add?
Me?
Yeah. Angie,
Yeah.
please.
Hi, I just have 2 clarifying things to the comments before. Not Angela, But before that, I wanted to say to the person in the EVA side, the people you want to reach out to is the DFM. So the Director of Facilities and Maintenance. They're the ones who do the trash pickup for the sweeps. And they work with a DCS, which is Director Krutke. So you can also reach out on 311 to get the immediate response. But those are your guys for that. And then I had a question about the bill that came up at the state ledge with Senator Fukunaga. Bless you, Lloyd. But I just want to clarify, the state doesn't govern NCO, correct? Because she had a bill about neighborhood boards, but that's city, correct?
That would be my understanding. I'll tell you, yeah, when I hear that, the state can do whatever, but the city, we're under the city. And I don't think that's the thing that the state law would.
Are we
Okay.
talking about the quorum? I think
The
that's
quorum
set
thing.
in the contract.
Because there was, I mean, we can look
Okay,
at it
well-
later. I was just wanted to clarify because it specifically singled out the city and county of Honolulu, and that's why I was confused by it. So we can talk about it later. I just wanted, I guess, in the next meeting or at neighborhood plan to clarify.
Okay, well, we're taking that note for next month. I think when we review charter,
Okay.
I'll look that up. It
Okay.
seems a little unclear. It may come out of the sun. We think it may come out of the sunshine law. So maybe
Oh, like
if it
OIP.
comes out of the
Okay.
sunshine law, then we would have to follow it. So
Okay.
but we're looking and see. So I'm unclear on that too. So,
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I think finally, Linda Wong,
Thank
if you would like.
Yes, thank you. I was trying to speak about the neighborhood boundaries, the sub-district, also the sub-district boundaries. I would like to know if that's in the neighborhood plan, who has the authority to change them, how are they changed? I really have no idea, and I see them changing, yet I don't know the action and the authority as to what's supposed to happen.
Okay, now if you're talking about the boundaries for the neighborhood boards, that is set in the plan, chapter 16. And you can list all the boards and you can go down and see street by street. The sub-districts, now this is my understanding, they were probably set up when the boards were established. And and we actually had an issue recently, there doesn't seem to be really good, at least online available boundaries. And we think they're with the Department of Election. But I will say that is something that we may go back and look at, but we're not going to do that before we set the boundaries of the actual districts, which is what we're looking at now. So I would ask to put that on hold for the sub-districts.
Well,
right.
The sub-districts are in play because if you have a person that exits a sub-district, then somebody else wants to come in and run for it. You've got to know where you're supposed to be in the sub-district.
If you go on, there's a street-by-street index, but
I see two of them, different ones for the same area.
Okay.
And I'm confused.
Well, if you give us the specifics, then we're try to figure it out. But there are some issues, let's say, with the sub-districts, and with all the boundaries, we're looking into it, and it'll just take time to develop a physical description. We just don't have.
Are they listed online so we can go look at them? Because they used to be on our board, whatever information that was listed.
Plan or it's on Maps Online.
Well, it's not the neighborhood plan.
And the ones that is listed
Then we also have
now.
the map. There's GIS maps online that show the sub-districts. I think maybe.
I don't know. Let us take that and come back with a better answer. We're not really sure.
Okay,
so,
but
and we had that come up recently, so that's something that we're thinking about. Okay.
But are they supposed to be on our? There is a button you can push to see the sub-district.
That's what we got to check. Okay. Well, if you know where they are, then that's great.
But I see, I've seen two different versions of the same sub-district in different places.
Well, if you would send us the links to where they're different, I'm not familiar how they're different, so if you have that information, if you would provide that to the NCO, we'd appreciate it. And then we can
So
research it.
it's the NCO that oversees the sub-district boundaries? I mean, who gets to change them?
That's a long process. That would probably be with the neighborhood plan committee. And
Okay.
that process they've undertaken, but we're not there yet.
That makes sense. It does.
Okay, thank
It
you.
follows. But if there's two different maps for the same sub-district, it's sort
If
of
you would send us the links to the two different maps with two different sub-districts, we'd appreciate it. We're looking into it. Thank you.
Well, who has the authority to decide that?
Well, the sub-districts are, that's different. It probably is the commission. I mean, almost assuredly, but it would take a lot to change those, just like the boundaries.
That's
So
what I thought. Yeah. Well, they're
Okay.
changed.
Thank you. Are there any last things before we adjourn? Any other business? Oh, announcements, yeah. Okay, so our next neighborhood plan committee is scheduled for Monday, February 9th, 2026 at 6 p.m. here at the Kapalama Alley and virtually on WebEx. And the next regularly scheduled neighborhood board or neighborhood commission is Monday, February 23rd at February 23rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. Same place as Kapalama Alley and virtually on WebEx. And are those dates correct? So oh, they're holidays. Okay, so due to the holidays, those are the set dates. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening, and I will call this meeting adjourned. Our recess. I'm sorry. So our commissioners need to stay online. Everybody else, thank you for coming, and we hope to see you again. Good night. Commissioners, as I said, please stay online. And we're come back in a session in just